Henshye, Nyaweskeno, Namhimiko Nikyaso, Ononowagaki, Agenesio. Hello everyone, I'm thankful that you're healthy. My name is Lumhe, it means Eagle King. I'm Seneca from upstate New York and also Mvskoke from Oklahoma. I'm here today to share with you a little bit about hoop dance. So, as one of the Sampson Brothers, my brother and I have been hoop dancing for over 30 years and teaching along the way and also learning, of course, throughout the whole time. So, we're going to talk a little bit about where it comes from, what it is, and also how to introduce yourself to your first hoop, okay? So, first things first, this hoop represents our world and everything in it. You and I and every person around us has a side in this circle, but even more than the people, the birds, the bees, the trees, the creepies, the crawlies, the earth itself, the rivers, the oceans, the stars, the moon, everything you can think of in this entire galaxy is a part of this hoop, is a part of your world. We call it the circle of life, or the sacred circle, the sacred hoop. So this hoop represents our world and everything in it, and we are all a part of it, undeniably. So we must treat it with respect, and so therefore, one of the first things that we talk about in hoop dance is how to pick up a hoop. And so hoop dance comes from many cultures across Turtle Island, and what you guys know as North America, and throughout these tribes, all of them practice the same thought and concept, meaning that they show respect for the earth itself, including all of its inhabitants. So we're not going to take anything from anybody without offering something first. In most cultures, they offer tobacco, or asema, or kinnikinnick, or corn pollen, or cedar, or whatever it might be. They offer an exchange of energy and literally of elements to say thank you for whatever it is that they're taking from a plant, from an animal, from water, from the breath of life that we all share. And so that's something that is a very important part of indigenous cultures. And they say that hoop dance comes from many different cultures. Dakota people have it since time immemorial as a healing dance. Anishinaabe people have it as part of their culture as a way to teach and show how we're all connected as a part of the circle. From my peoples of Seneca and upstate New York and Iroquois, we use these hoops as hoop and hoop games as a way to teach our children survival skills and understanding the physics of this world that we live in and exist in, and how to master that. And so in many, many different ways in different cultures, even down to the Southwest, this dance was a way of teaching and healing. And so they say that hoop dance is a healing dance and a storytelling dance, but I would argue that any dance is healing and storytelling. So we're going to introduce ourselves to the first hoop, and so the way that we do that is instead of picking up with our hands, you're going to pick it up with your feet. So we take some energy that comes from your heart and we offer it through our soul, which is the bottom of your foot, and you push down on that hoop, pushing down and then sliding it towards you like you're sliding gum off your shoe. So you're pushing energy in through the hoop into the earth, and then the earth reciprocates that energy back through that hoop, allowing it to defy gravity and then stand up, allowing you this gift to tell your story, to help emphasize whatever it is that you want to show. And so that's the cool part about hoop dance, is that every single hoop dancer has their own story, has something to teach, has something to share, just as every single individual in this world has something to offer, something to teach, something to share. And so hoop dance is like an instrument or like a tool for us to tell our stories. And so everyone has a chance to tell a story. No two hoop dancers will tell the same story, although very similar. Each one tells it in their own way. And even if you're a twin, you have your own story, because in your story, there's another person that looks just like you in that world. And so it's a unique perspective and something that we can all learn from, and of course understand that we are all valuable to this world and we are all contributing to the bigger picture. So that being said, this hoop represents our world, and now that we have it in our hands, you can hold it up high, be proud of it, and show everyone around you. And so we're going to show everybody in the space around, wherever you are. Turn to your right, or whichever hand that is in, follow that hand. All right, and here comes your first hoop trick, behind the back. Okay, just like the sun and the moon, they disappear from sight, but they remain constant, and they're there for you when you reach for them in the morning. Now, follow that hoop the other direction, showing our bilateral symmetry, but also our understanding of balance of equal and opposite forces. So that was our world, showing everybody what it is, right? Now we're gonna show you how to get through it, okay? Very simply. 4 different ways of going through this hoop. There's many more, but I'm just gonna show you the first ones. Here you go. First one, nice and simple, over the head, down the body, step on out, right? Nice and easy. Now it's up to you, of course. The more and more you do that, the easier and easier it'll get, and you'll find that rhythm, and eventually you can go faster, right? Okay, now, so
So that was the first one, was going straight through. And it's up to you to master that, to make that become easier, okay? Same thing as anything in life. You can take a simple step and master it before you move on to the next one. Now, moving on forward, we're gonna go through this hoop, but sideways, okay? All right, here we go. Over your head, down the body, pull one leg out. All right, now from here, you got whatever leg is in that hoop, that hand is holding it, your other hand you're gonna wave, and then you're gonna reach down and through, and then grab that hoop as you stand up. Now that hoop is on the other leg, Indigenous magic. Now we're gonna fold and cross dimensions back the other way. Same thing, take your hand, reach on down through, and voila, very good. So we went right down the middle, sideways this way, sideways that way. Now we're gonna fold through it like a wormhole, all right? So put it behind the small of your knee with both feet in the middle, okay? Like you're riding a little motorcycle. Duck your head, and the more you bend, the easier this will get. And voila, we just folded through this. So my brother and I have been jumping through hoops our whole lives. Trust me, there's more than one way to get through this hoop, more than one way to get through this world, and it's up to us to find our own paths, all right? So now that I've shown you how to get through this hoop, how to get through this world, I'm gonna show you how to master and control the energy that you give to this world. Because we don't own the world, we don't control it, but we do control and own our own actions and our own energies that we give to it. So, to master that, you're gonna hold it in front of you, straight up and down, vertically, okay? And you're gonna just toss it in the sky just a little bit. Open your hand and close it, just like that, okay? Just like that. And the more and more you do that, the better and better you should get. And you'll start to notice that this hoop is spinning as you do that. It's very important, because if I were to throw this hoop out in the air with no spin, it kind of falls out of orbit and does what it wants to. But with spin, with intention and direction of energy, this hoop will stay on the axis that you threw it, even if that axis is sideways, which is an amazing property of circles. It calls centripetal force. We'll talk about that later, but it's an amazing thing that keeps our Earth on the axis tilt that it has, okay? Now, if you spin it fast enough, if you spin it hard enough and let it fall, it should have enough energy to overcome inertia and come back to you, all right? Give it a good spin, see if you can get it to come back to you. Very good. Just like that, we call that walking the dog. Sometimes they wander off, it's okay. You'll get better at it. So, do some training with your dog. Now, we've shown how we control the energy as the hoop leaves our body. Now we're gonna show you how to control the energy as it stays in constant contact with your hand, okay? So hold the hoop in front of you, just like so, okay, with your palm facing up. Okay, these next two actions are gonna happen simultaneously, which means at the same time. So you're gonna twist your wrist and then open your hand. And keep your hand in this position. So it's gonna twist, open, just like that, okay? So twist, open, all right? So ready, twist, open, okay? With enough momentum, this hoop should be able to keep itself going and spin around your hand between that thumb and index finger. Let's see if you can see it this way. See? Very good. And the important thing here is that with our opposable thumbs, you have the ability to stop it if you need to. And you can flick it the other way. Let's see. This way, stop. Flick it the other way, stop. Very good, right? And so once you've tried it with one side, try it with the other one. Very good. That's called ambidexterity. Stop. Spin the other way, stop. Very good. Awesome. So this is spinning the hoop, all right, just with our hands. Now we're gonna work on our actual dexterity, meaning like the nimbleness of our fingers, okay? So put the hoop down in front of you and use your fingers and walk it so that it continuously spins, all right? You'll notice your fingers take on a certain pattern, okay? Then pause and spin it the other way. See if you can keep it going. You'll notice that your fingers take on a different pattern because our anatomy determines that your fingers are bending the different way, all right? Now after you tried one side, try the other way. We call this ambidexterity, which means you can use both left and right. Spin it one way and spin it the other way. Very good. Whichever hand you're better with and you got enough skills with, you feel like you built up some strength, do that and see if you can get this hoop to levitate. Ooh, very good. Awesome. There's so much that you can do with this hoop. It's up to you to learn it, to become familiar with it, to master it, and to learn how to work with it. Not necessarily controlling it, but working with it. Controlling your energy and understanding its physics and how it works and functions in this world. Certainly with gravity, and then also, of course, with the friction and also other properties of circles such as centripetal force. Very good. Now, that's the part about hoops, right? That's the most basic part about hoop dance. But there's a huge thing that I forgot to tell you guys. So in hoop dance, the most important thing is maintaining that beat, that heartbeat, that rhythm. And so what we're doing is we're maintaining the tempo of the song that we're dancing to. And so to introduce you to the powwow step, it's pretty basic, it's very simple. It goes left and then right, all right? Left, one forward and then back, right forward and then back, okay? If you're standing here, if you're standing still, it's forward and back, very simple, okay? So here we go, a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. You notice my hands can do all kinds of other stuff while I'm doing that because I can maintain that tempo and that rhythm. Now, importantly, as long as you can keep that beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. One foot can go as long as you need to, and it can do what you want to, all right? And that's powwow, okay? As long as you're maintaining and staying in rhythm with that heartbeat. That drum beat represents the heartbeat that we all share, but also the earth itself has a heartbeat, okay? It's an amazing thought. Now, so if we're walking forward with that powwow dance step, it's a half step and then commit to that full step, okay? So here you go. Half, full, 1, 2. Half, full, 1, 2. Very good. And so with powwow, you're basically using that most basic step to stay in tune with the rhythm of the drum and of course with the rhythm of all else who are participating, but with the earth itself, okay? Now here comes the challenging part, doing it with a hoop, okay? So I'm just gonna maintain the tempo. You guys can see if you can follow along. And then of course we're gonna go through all of those things that I just showed you all together. And this is your introduction to your first hoop. It's up to you to master these things and do them at your own will, meaning that the more and more you do them, the easier and easier they'll get. Or of course, you'll be able to explore them in new ways. So without further ado, here we go. We'll find that tempo first, and then we'll start with our first hoop by stepping on it, pushing that energy through our soul into the hoop. Here we go, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, here we go. Keep that beat. Here we go. Hold it up and turn. 1. Behind the back. Over your head. One leg out. 2 feet in. Toss in the sky. Spin it so it comes back. Okay. Give it a spin of the fingers. I'm gonna walk around it. Other direction. Hold it up high. Take a knee. And that's your first hoop. Congratulations. So this is your introduction to the hoop. There is so much to teach and so much to talk about, and I only have a brief number of minutes here, so I'm happy to be able to share this with you. Understand that this is an indigenous art. It is not to be appropriated. It is to be respected. You can learn this and you can share this, of course, in the space where we are here together, but do not take it out of this context. Do not take it to be your own, and use this information to understand that we all come from someplace beautiful. It's up to us to tell our story, to share with the world what we have to teach, and of course understand that we are all a part of this big, beautiful world. So I am Lumhe Sampson. I'm one of the Sampson Brothers. I encourage you all to use your gift of life to heal it. Thank you.